Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Friday afternoon, live here at MNC Auctions. The last 2 days we have had some live broadcasts, and also today we would like to have a broadcast. And today we have a special guest from Belgium. Today we're going to talk with Serge Elsacker, and we have the pleasure to talk with him live here today about the pigeons that he has on his auction. And as always, you are welcome to ask the questions in your comments, and we will do whatever we can do to present it and try to ask Elsacker about your question and get the best answers as possible. You're also welcome to comment the pigeons or comment whatever we are talking about. We will also try to talk a little bit about the season this year or 2020 and whatever we feel for. And as you normally know, we do it nice and easy and just relaxed, and this has to be a joyful Friday afternoon. So please put on your comments, it can be like this: hello Marian, or hello to that was a difficult name, but hello to everybody, and just send me your comments there, and then we go nice and easy. And I will start by going to the auction, so you know that we have the auction. Where we have the auction, we go to the website, and here we have the auction from Elsacker-Jepsen. And these pigeons we will present today and have a talk about those. And this auction will end on Sunday. So we remove this from the screen like that, and then we will go to Belgium and see if Elsacker is online. And let me see. Hello, Serge.
Hello.
Hello.
Martin.
Well, welcome to Denmark.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome to Belgium, I would say, but
yeah. It's very nice with this. It's fast and a good journey.
Yeah, it is. Don't have to sit so long in the car, eh?
No, and you can sit in your favorite chair in both places. So that's very nice. We have also here hello from Philippines. Hello, Kenneth.
Hello.
So we have people online, and as I said in the beginning, I said that today we will have a talk with you about you and your life with pigeons, and we also talk about the pigeons that we have on the auction at the moment. And people can ask their questions if they have them, or else we just go step by step and see what's happening. So how is the situation in Belgium now with the coronavirus and so?
It's okay. I think the numbers are good, but I think we have some other problems. We have what do you call chicken flu, or what do you call it?
Oh, the bird flu.
The bird flu, and we cannot let the pigeons out. And we don't know anything what's going to happen on restrictions or so. We have to be careful about our chickens and everything, but our pigeons, we have to keep them in. Normally, it's no problem for me because I keep them in anyway till March, because if I let them out, every day I will lose a pigeon on the birds of prey, a hawk, a Belgian falcon. It's terrible, really, really terrible. So it's not a big deal, but it's a situation that we don't know which way it's going to go. So let's hope. But coronavirus, it's okay. We also have a lot of restrictions. we cannot do much things, but it's okay. The numbers going the right way, but I think we'll only be good when we're vaccinated. I think that's it. So
anyway. We also started vaccinating now in Denmark, so we hope that we can.
There, by the way, okay.
Yeah. So, but it's still that I think the Christmas has had its impact on, especially we just heard that here in Denmark. Normally, we meet in the Christmas, and then suddenly the numbers of infected are rising again. So now we have to be careful a little bit, and now we have maybe the hardest restrictions we ever had in the last year. So we can meet 5 people, and that's it. So
we can only meet one.
You can be one by one.
Yeah, and it's difficult because we have 7 grandchildren, and my wife's taking care of the grandchildren after school, and my daughters are working. Where they have to go, it's not so easy. Yeah? It's very, but we only are allowed to have 1 contact. And outside 4, but you cannot stand outside with your grandchildren. It's too cold. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. But we have snow here in Denmark at the moment. So.
Okay, I hope it stays in Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I hope it go away.
Okay.
So how we don't want to talk anymore about Corona because it's always in the news. We rather talk about some pigeons.
Yeah.
So how was the season 2020 for you?
Season was very good. Very strange season, because we start racing too late, and I think I don't remember it anymore. I think 6-7 weeks too late. We were not allowed to race. We were allowed to train. Not in the beginning, but after a few weeks, we were allowed to train short, I think 30 kilometers. And then 7 weeks too late, we start racing. But then we had 2-3 training races short. And then the soon we start racing, we went to the middle distance. So after all, it was for us, it was a very good season. I know you're racing in my club, so you know how good we were.
Yeah.
But it was a funny season. Then after that, the heat came. It was 35-40 degrees, but I thought we have a short season. Let's just keep racing them, and it went okay. It went good. Yeah. So it went fine.
Yeah, super. And you have had a lot of seasons to look back on. How many years did you have the pigeons now?
52 years.
52 years. Wow.
52 years. I started when I was 10 years old, and nobody in my family had pigeons. And just by accident, my parents bought a company, and on the top of the company was a pigeon loft, and there were pigeons in. The pigeon fancier died, and his son tried to take care of the pigeons and break him to his new home. It didn't succeed with him. He was not a pigeon fancier, and I asked if I could keep him. So I started with 10 years old, knowing nothing. Had nobody to ask to because nobody in my family knew anything. My father never saw a chicken or a pigeon from short by, so that was it. And the first 6 years was hard. I was a little boy. I was 10 years old. Yeah. And since I was 16 years, I'm not bragging, but I'm good. I did good with pigeons, and since then I'm always 1 year is better than the other year. It's still a live animal. You cannot control it. You know what you're doing, but you still not control it. And but since then it's good. It's very good every year.
So and how did you, at that moment you had some pigeons, what did you do from there? Did you get some help in the club, or did you invest some pigeons, or what did you do at that time?
Well, to be honest, not many help I got from the club. Even if you're 10, 12 years old, not many people helped you. They were so on their own here in Belgium. They're so individual. But what I did, I don't know how it is in Denmark, but when you're 12, 13 years, we do something with the church or communion. I don't know how you call it in Denmark. I don't know if it's in Denmark. But then everybody give presents, and I asked to my grandmother if I could buy pigeons. And so my grandmother bought pigeons. My other grandmother bought me 2 pigeons. And so I started. From that day, I started buying pigeons, which was not always the right way because I knew nothing about pigeons. So it was actually a waste of money in the beginning. But then at the end, I always tried to buy pigeons. In the beginning, it was from local fanciers. Then I got further and further. And then you have more opportunity to buy pigeons.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
And then that's what also when we started, we also started buying pigeons at a pigeon farm. And when we took out the pigeons for flying, then they raced back to the guy, and then we came and said, "Hey, you have our pigeons," and he said, "Oh, no, it can't be your pigeons. I cannot see the difference between this and this, so you have to buy them one more time." So we had to buy them several times.
No, it was not that crazy here, but it was actually, I should not have done it. And if I would have had a little bit more help, it would have been easier. But then when I was 16, we moved to another village, and I came here to Schilder with my parents. And there I had two old fanciers that were very, very good on local, because in those days, national racing and international racing, here in Schilder, nobody heard of it. Nobody did it. No. And those people helped me. They helped me with pigeons. They helped me with advising. And then I was lucky to get a teacher in my school when I was doing the bakery school. There was a teacher that was a very good sprint racer, and he helped me. He helped me with pigeons. Even I have to pay him, but he told me cheaper, and he told me give advice, go to a vet, build a loft like this. And since then it was okay. It was good. I could join the people then. By then.
Yeah. And what when do you, now you said you have been doing well for, let's say, 40 years or so.
Yeah.
Was there a special time in your career where you say, okay, this is a very, very important moment, developing your own strain of pigeons? Because if I look at the pedigrees, of course, I see other names, but it's also some kind of baseline that you bring in, and then you use other.
I always try to buy something new every year. Try it, because if you succeed 1 in 5 years, you're lucky. You can keep going on. I always try to keep my base pigeons far in the pedigree, and my key pigeons still there. My key year was, I think, 1986, when I became king of the Antwerp Union. In those years, that was the highest we could reach here, because there were no national championships on sprint. There were no national championships on middle distance. And I beat all the big shots. And I only had 2 old widowed cocks and 12 yearlings. That's all I had. 14 widowed cocks and 50 youngsters, and I beat them all. Yeah. And since then, it became the year after I was champion in the union again with the old birds, and I became one more year king in the union. I became king in the South Antwerp Union. I became twice king 2 years in a row in, what's the name? It doesn't exist anymore. Godverdorie. Well, another union, Havo Hoogstraten. But we ruined that. We raced that hard those years that they stopped it. We destroyed that union. So we became king everywhere, and it went easy. And in the beginning, I raced for some championships. I did that. But the last 10, 15 years, I don't do that anymore. If I win it, I win it. If not. But I will not send especially 4 and 6 and 8 and 10 pigeons to here, to there, to that. I don't do that anymore, because we won on that level. I'm sorry that I say it, everything that we need to win. The only thing I would like to win in my career, and I don't think I will succeed, but I hope I ever win one, is a national race. Which is getting harder and harder here. You are in the area here. I won 54 provincial races or semi-national races, and I won 5 times national in the section, but I never won an overall national. Never.
No.
That's something I want to win, because I was national champion. I had national age pigeons. We were provincial champion. We had Olympiad pigeons. We had everything, but not a national win.
But it's also, we talked about it also yesterday when we spoke about Ivo Renders, and he has had 4 times number 2, and we said that it's very, very good, because just getting in top 100 is actually very hard, because there's so many pigeons at all over Belgium, and a pigeon can drop everywhere. So it is also about being extremely good, but also being extremely lucky and be in the right spot at the right day. So everything has to be
definitely. But my goal is try to get a pigeon in top 100 on every national race. I know when I'm in advance in the province of Antwerp, the wind should be east northeast. I know then I'm not in advance on the national because I'm going to get beaten on the national, and it's always a 2-time thing. But if you have pigeons on the top 50, on the top 100 national every race, that's what I'm trying to do. It doesn't succeed every time, but most of the time I regularly have, and I think it's very hard. Like you said, the wind has to be a little bit in favor of you, not against you, and everything has to compete. But I always look at this. Try to win the club first. If you win the club, you beat every pigeon in your area. If you don't win the club, you cannot win the national.
No. It has to start.
But it's something that people forget, that the club level is. I know the competitors are not so high, and it's, but all the best loft of your area are there.
Yeah,
it's not so easy to win.
No. Exactly. I just want to take some of the. We have here Max from Russia. Hello, Max. And what did he say? He said something about hockey. We lost the Youth Hockey World Championship. I wish you to win all the races. I don't know what he means about that, but there's a lot of hockey in Russia. Then we have a long from Tony in Sweden. I got some really good Elsacker pigeons from my good friend Tord Henriksson many years ago from the old line. I crossed them with my own long-distance pigeons. I have become Swedish champion twice with the pigeons. And first national Bremen, 380 kilometers, and first national something. I have the longest distance of all. Good luck with the auction. So that's just some very good results from Sweden. That's our neighbor country. Good to see. What do you see here? Watching from Denmark. I know that woman. Watching from UK. Hello, Daniel. Welcome. So no questions. But and that's also why it's so very nice to see the races in Belgium, because it's you really have to, if you succeed in your club, and there's a lot of clubs, but if you succeed in your club, you have some kind of status as one of the champions in the local area, and maybe a lot of fanciers only race in the club, so they are unknown in the rest of the world, but in that club they're really, really good. So I agree on what you said. It has to be, we have to start beating all the good members in the club, and after that we can expect more.
That's the first thing you have to do, because if you don't do that, you cannot win on bigger events. Huh? Oh, no. And a lot of fanciers in Belgium only race short distance, 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers. That's also something. And if you do those races, 100 and 200, you can only race in the club, because there's no other possibility to compete than the club.
No. What do we have? We have Lemons. Good luck, guys. Nice video feed once again by MC. That's one of your Belgium.
Yeah, Ulrich Lemmens. Yeah. That's one of your friends, I think.
Are we back?
I'm back, but I don't hear you.
Then we're back, and then we have. I should be here now. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Good. And also Milgard. That's one of our friends in the club.
So you have to beat that one.
Yeah, have to beat that. Oh, now we have a question from Russia. When do you start the hatching season of your pigeons? That means, when do you start breeding?
Well, we banded the first round now. So that means the first round is now in our loft about 10 days, 12 days old, and we're not the earliest. You have people here in Belgium that pair 2 weeks early than we do. But normally we go on holiday, but now with the corona, we stayed home. So I also paired reasonably early for my doing. Yeah. And they're all banded now. The first round is banded.
Okay.
They're 10, 12 days now, first round.
Yeah. So that's one. So that's actually a special season for you then about the.
Yeah, and I only breed from my breeders. I never breed from my racers.
Okay.
That's what you asked me how the season was last year. I think that's one of my advantages because the first 6 weeks we could not race, and a lot of people start darkening their pigeons. I didn't do that because I don't pair them up. I don't breed, and so they're molting. So nevertheless, they're molting slower. And what I did do, I normally pair up 20 March because there was no racing, no possibility of racing. I only paired up now 20 of April. Let them sit for eggs for 14, 15 days, and then start racing. And so at the end, I turned on the lights, but I never darkened my pigeon. I could race till the end easily, no problem.
Okay. I just have one question before we go talking about the pigeons that we have online, because while we talk about the pigeons, always some questions coming up. I have a question here from Daniel, UK. If you could use only one product to help your bird, what would that be? And I see you have a green shirt on. I don't know.
I have every product I use is run-free, but there's one product I could advise. It's a shaft knife. It's a very big knife.
A big knife?
A big knife. That's the best thing you can use in your pigeon loft. Yeah. And every pigeon that's not good enough, kill it. And it's the only thing that will work. You can put in the drinker whatever you want, and all the products I use products because I breed 5 rounds of youngsters. We race very hard. We push the birds. It's not normal, so you have to give them some support. But I think the first thing to start with, and the first thing in pigeon sport, is selection. Yeah. And you can buy pedigrees as big as long as you want. It won't help you if they're not good pigeons.
No.
I don't think there's one product that I can say, give this and you will raise better. I don't think it exists. I don't think it exists.
Oh, I agree with that. But that's also, I think that also, especially in Belgium, they're really keen on, especially when you meet some of the guys that have been in the sport for decades. They always say they already learned that it's very important to select your pigeons, and you come home and we have a bus that we have also been at your place. We have a bus with 50 people from Denmark and Norway and Sweden, and when we come home, we always talk about the hard selection that they do in Belgium. And I think so. I agree on that, very hard selection, and I think you know the deal.
The thing is, if I start, let's say, 50 Wiedewood cubs, and I have a very good season, and if I have 20 good pigeons, and I mean good, I don't mean excellent, I mean good pigeons, there's still 30 pigeons that are not good, from the same family, from the same loft, the same vitamins, the same food, the same treatment. Why does these 30 don't fly and the other 20 fly top and win ace pigeons? Because they're not good enough.
Yeah.
And does that one product that these fanciers ask me for, does that help these pigeons? It will help my overall performance, I think, but it won't help being a bad pigeon become a good pigeon.
No.
That's the one thing.
Super. Very clear. Very clear. Yeah. Okay. Daniel say also, thank you for good answer. Very good.
I tried to tell it like I think it is. Most people maybe not agree, but it's just like me. I am like I am. I cannot change me.
No, and that's also one of the things why we do these videos, is because it's live. I could also send you a list of questions and you could write everything down, but you just have to answer just on the spot, and that's also, I think it's very good that we do it like that. Do we have any more? What do we have here? A question here, also from UK. Can you talk about how you feed the birds in the racing season? Oh, that's a very big question. Maybe just in, could you tell in 2 minutes maybe?
I'll do it in 2 minutes. I feed for 35 or 40 years the same mixture every day. from every race. And I thought I had to do it like that. It was a mixture I had made in the company. It had 50% of corn in it. But the problem was I have to order it always by 1,000 kilo to stack it away if you get mice and rats. So I stopped that, and I just feed normal racing mixture from rabbis. Never diet, never light, never heavy, but racing so hard on the great middle distance, so the distance increased a little bit. It went from every week 350, 400 kilometers. It went to every week 550, 600 kilometers. I give him the last 2-3 days, I give him more fat. I don't mean cheese, I don't mean peanuts, because I tried that out and it didn't work. For me, it went the wrong way. As soon as I fed too much peanuts, too much cheese, actually too much fat, my results became lesser. So what I do feed is shield sunflower seeds and a mixture from rabbis which has more fat in it, small seeds and everything. That I do. Other than that, I feed my pigeons every day in racing season as much as they can eat for an hour, half an hour, take the rest away. Every day, the same mixture from the day they come home till the day they go in the basket. The whole season. Breeding, I do it differently, because if you feed like this breeding, and I have grills on the floor, I have to carry out at the end of the season 300-400 kilos of food. So I feed a breeding mixture with more peas and protein and everything in that. But my racing pigeons get a normal racing mixtures from our rabbis now, and always the same. Never light, never depurative, never. I don't do that. But I'm sure it will help if you do the sprint, because I race further. I'm sure I feed wrong if I do the sprint. I'm not. I got people here that beat me from 100 kilometers. But once we go over 300 and the races are hard, I'm usually at the best. And I never have problem pigeons getting tired, or normally at the end of the season, I get better and better and better. And I always keep saying, I don't think I get better. I think the competition get weaker. That's the only thing I can think of with the old birds, not with the young birds. I'm not talking about the young birds.
So you keep up, you give the pigeons enough to live from, also so they can stay on the same level also in the end of the season.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. I hope, Leighton, that you liked that answer. It was short but honest. Yeah. So, Serge, do you have the pigeons at the living room now, or?
Yes, I have them here because you asked me to bring them here. So I have them all in the basket. They're all from the fourth and fifth round, young birds. They're never out. They were never out in the loft, and they're from the breeding pairs that I have success with in 2020. One is a labrid from 19. It's by number 1. Two of his sisters, it's a pair that I put first together in 2019. And 2 of his sisters were my best young birds last year. And one was 305. She was my first pigeon on Chateauroux, the last national Chateauroux. She was 51 national of 20,000 pigeons. Her sister this year in 2020 was 081. And she became 4-time ace pigeon, 2 times in the club of Schilde middle distance, great middle distance in the Championship Front Club. And she was 26 national ace pigeon. She could have been a lot earlier, but I did not know the rules for that ace pigeon. And when the season was over, the club member told me there's a national ace pigeon all around young birds. And I said, what are the terms you have to use? He said, well, 1 sprint race, 2 middle distance races, 2 long distance races. I sent her to 2 long distance races and 2 middle distance races. Never sent her on the sprint or didn't clock her. So. But you see, I'm not interested in that, and it's a shame actually for a good pigeon like that. Don't give it a chance. But that's those are sisters of number 1.
Okay, super. Can you?
What should I do?
Yeah, can you take the pigeon? And then meanwhile, I just add this to the screen because I just want to go to the website. Here you have the website is on MC Auctions, and when you have here you have the 10 pigeons from Elsacker, and you go to the first lot, and this is the guy that he was telling you about a super pigeon from full brother to two of the super hens from 2019 and 2020.
Yeah.
And I just give you I give you the full screen now, so you have more space to show the pigeon.
It's a really breed. I bred it especially in October because the two sisters were so good, and it was never out of the loft. It was, but his good sister from last year, 305. She was entered in 7 races last year, won 7 times prize, and I think 6 times in the first 10%. And the first time I let her out this year, a Belgian falcon chased her, and she was gone for 3 days. She came back, but she was so totally, at the end that I did not race her this year. And I paired her up in the summer and took 2 youngsters, and that's number 2 is a youngster of her. So I don't know how I have to show this pigeon. I don't know how you can see it. I don't know what I should do.
Yeah, you just, if you handle it and show the wings and so on, it's very difficult, and you have to adjust maybe a little bit, but see what you can do.
It's not a too long pigeon. It's very well closed. It's a good body. It has beautiful colored eye, and it looks smart. I think some pigeons look stupid, some pigeons look smart. Doesn't mean they're all good or all bad, but I think it's like human, and that's what I think about it. It's my opinion, but I think this is a very good pair because the 219s pigeons were the first pigeons I ever bred from them, and it was a cock I bought in an auction from Norbert and Stefan Ali. And her mother, the mother of these pigeons, was one of my best hens in 2013, 2014, which became, I think, 14 or 16 national age pigeon middle distance. And she won a first in the club from Bourges. She was 2nd or 3rd from Châteauroux. Why did this pigeon put that together? Because I bought that cock from Ali because he's a brother of the first national Montauban. They can go further. And the mother of this one was a super pigeon on the middle distance. But once she went to Châteauroux, you see when she had 8 hours on the wing, she had enough. And she was tired. And I pulled her back on the middle distance. I didn't want to lose her. And I paired her with these because I wanted to increase the distance and the stamina a little bit. And the youngsters, you don't see anything. Even if they fly 10 hours, you don't see anything. They're really, really good pigeons.
So that's what we talked about, that you have your own base, and then you add something that you see, maybe I can help my own pigeons to get better on the longer distance. Then you search for something to cross into.
My goal is to be good between 200 and 700 kilometers. But 700 kilometers, the condition here can be 8, 9, 10 hours on the wing, 11 hours sometimes when it goes hard. And I want to be good short, but I don't want to lose them once it goes to 600, 700 kilometers. I want to be good there too. And it's very hard, I think, to have an all-round pigeon. But they seem to be doing very good. I'm hard to beat in the beginning of the season on 200 kilometers, and I still do good. Like this year, the farthest race I entered was Toul National, and I sent 22 pigeons. I won 18 prizes, and I had 5 or 6 in the first 10. And my first pigeon, I think, was 32 national from 6,000 pigeons. So that was good.
Okay. Yeah. I just have a question here. I think it's quite nice because it's also about the pigeon. What is the most important hen or cocks in your experience over the years? And actually, there's a sentence more in breeding. But I would also like to ask, what about racing also? Do you have your best results with the hens or with the cocks?
Yeah, that's something I didn't tell you about. I'm racing from what year? I think 1995 with Willem de Bruyn, which is a big shot, famous fancier at the moment. His pigeons are unpayable. In America on a seminar, and he told me that I was a stupid fancier, and I told him, "Well, I'm good, William." He said, "Yeah, you're good, but you don't race your best pigeons." I said, "Well, what do you mean I don't race your best pigeons?" He said, "Do you race your hens?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, that's what I mean, that you don't race your best pigeons." So next year I was racing double widowhood, cocks and hens. And I must say, over the 35 years, 80% of your best pigeons are the hens in racing. In that system, I'm not saying on normal we do it. So what I did then also is I put a loft of 12 cocks for the longer distance on normal we do it. And all the other pigeons, the yearlings, were raised on total we do it. But the best performing pigeons are the hens. Easily, they are easy. We have three nice basketing. They are easily in the basket. They don't get too nervous. They come out like they go in. Like the cocks, when they have a bad opponent in that basket, you can treat him 3-4 days with to take care of his eyes and everything. Yeah? But in breeding, I think once you have a good cock, it's very important. And I think once you have a good hen, it's very important. I think in breeding, I think there's no difference in the importance of the pigeons. But in racing, I think it's easier when you know how to do it to take the hens. But I still keep doing the total we do it, because I like to raise the cocks too. And it's sometimes I think, oh man, you're so stupid. Why don't you raise only your hens? You have 20 hens before you have a cock. And next week I have 4 cocks first. So I think, oh good, thank God I didn't stop the cocks. Yeah. So, but 80% when you do total widowhood, 80% of the age pigeons are the hens.
Yeah, super. I hope, Marion, that was a good answer for you, both breeding and racing. So what do you say now? We have lot 1 here. What is the size of the pigeon? Is that medium size, or what is it?
The size is medium size. I don't have really big pigeons. The size is medium size. It's not too long. It's short. The vents are very good close. The feathers are very soft, and that's something I select on very hard. It select themselves, because the best pigeons have the best feathers, I think. Maybe if you raise only 100 kilometers, it's possible that you have pigeons with harder feathers. But I think once you go over 9-10 hours, I think the pigeons with the harder feathers either don't come early or stay away, because they can do it once, they can do it twice, but they cannot do it 3, 4, 5 times in a row, because the quality of the feathers is not good enough. But it's a beautiful pigeon. It's not big. It's just a pigeon like I like it. But other than that, maybe if you handle it, you would say, no, not my style.
No.
After 50 years, it's something that I like. And it's a selection that I make, my style of pigeon, because it fits in my loft, it fits with my handling. And it's just like that. It's hard to explain, maybe, I don't know.
No, but it has to be like that. Now we're talking about your pigeons, not mine pigeons. And also when people, they want to buy a pigeon, they need to buy a pigeon that you like also. So that's how it should be.
Sure.
Yeah. So maybe you have another pigeon. I will just show the next pigeon here on the auction.
Yeah, this
and I just go here, and what do you say? It's a girl?
No, it's a cock. It's a boy.
Oh, it's
a boy.
But it's
his mother.
Yeah.
Was that good hen from last year, 305, which is a sister of number 1.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
I could not raise her this year, because I just told you that the first time she went out, she was chased by a Belgian falcon. And she was out in March for 3 days. She came home. She was totally devastated. So I took her in and I put her in the aviary, and I thought, no. But since it was March, April, then I didn't breed from her for racing, because I don't breed from my racers. And I put her to his father to see how the youngsters were. This is one of them. And I put them back together now for my first round, because I like the youngsters so much. And the father is never raised, but I have 11 brothers and sisters from the father in the racing loft at the moment. It's my old strain with the strain from Danny Van Avond, which was national champion of Belgium in 2017 on the middle distance. And it seems to work out very, very good. And this is a cock I like very much. The size, the body shape, the way they look, the way they handle in the loft. They're not like crazy. They look smart. And so I put the pair back together for the first round now, because I'm going to raise these youngsters now this year for 3 rounds in my loft. So this is
Yeah.
It's a medium-sized pigeon. The vents are very good closed. The feathers are very soft. What I like very much is the hanging on the wing on the body to be short. I don't know how to explain that in English. This bone here.
Over here. This,
yeah, where it hangs. I like that to be very short. I don't like it to be stick up, like the wing hangs on another part of something else. Does it mean it's a good pigeon? No.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's something I like over 40 years of experience. So, and the muscles are very, very soft. You feel. I'm not a muscle expert, not at all. But you feel some pigeons have very hard muscles, and some pigeons have muscle that you say. And all the pigeons that go for me to 600 kilometers have more or less good soft body muscles that you feel they really, really pump up, and they don't come after 10 hours flight and they're tired. They keep in good shape, and I think the muscle has something to do with it. Other than
try to open the wing again. Try to show the wing again.
Wait a minute.
Very good ventilation.
That's what I like very much, to be honest. That's one of the things I like. I have pigeons with bad ventilation that fly very good, but I like to breed. I always like to breed like a long wing with a good ventilation. Unfortunately, I do breed a lot of bad pigeons too with a long wing and good ventilation. But every year I have some really good pigeons with that wing. But I find a lot is the intelligence of the pigeon look at you. It doesn't mean everything, because sometimes I had pigeons that I thought that's going to be a crackerjack, and you send it and you send it and you send it, never wins a prize, so you have to kill it anyway at the end. So did I go wrong in my selection sometimes? Yes, absolutely. But nothing else you can do about it.
No.
Select.
Henrik said looks similar to the first one.
Yeah, the brother is a sister of the first one.
Yeah. I also the head of the pigeons is very much the same.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and it goes to the grandmother. The good hen that I told you from 2012. They go all like that because the father of the first one is a black cock, and he has a little head. But the mother is a beautiful pigeon by old string, and they all have the head of the mother.
Yeah.
So
very good. Very good. That lot number 2. Yeah. So we go and see if we can find lot number 3. Just put this on, and I just open the screen here. It's maybe a little bit confusing, but it's just the way that you can also see the picture of the pigeon. You go here. I don't know why I say I'm out.
This is number 3.
This is number 3, and here we have a granddaughter of Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah, and Speedy Gonzalez was one of the best pigeons I ever flew. He was second national age pigeon. He was Olympiad pigeon for Belgium, and when the weather was beautiful and the wind was on the head, it was an east wind, he flies minute ahead. It's still give me the creeps when I think about it when he came, and it was a very, very, very good pigeon. And I did not breed so many good ones directly out of him, but his sons and daughters breeding me winners again. And this is a sister of 145 from 20. The couple is the first year coupling again, so it's a new couple. I put them back together. But the sister won 7 races, 6 times in the first 10%. And for me, I'm not a real young bird racer. For me, that means a lot because I don't motivate, I don't train. I just send them to keep them healthy, send them and select them. And mostly the best young birds are for me the best old birds because I don't really motivate them till I could do better, I think. Go training, go motivating. But I'm so busy. I have to do everything alone, and I'm so busy with the old birds. I'm getting older.
Also that, yes.
So at the end of the season, I'm really, really tired, and I'm really happy that I do so good with the old birds and actually putting the young birds a little bit aside, which is not right. But I have no other choice than that. I have to do one thing really good. Not that I'm not good with the young birds. You race against me, I'm still doing good.
Yeah.
But I don't go train. Never training.
No.
Never motivating. Just take them from the loft like that, and then when they come home, they can stay together. I race them separate. They can stay home for till the next day. But before racing, I just take them like they sit there. I put them in the hallway, put them in a basket, up, gone. It has to be quickly, because usually I'm watching the other races when I have to basket these pigeons, the young birds for the shorter races. But this is a beautiful hen. She's a little bit more body size. She's not big. She has she's really good in the back. She has a beautiful wing. The wing is a little bit different than the other wings, but still the ventilation is, for me, it's good, I think.
Yeah, it looks so.
And her sister was one of my best young birds this year, 145 or 149, I think. But it was a hen from the second round, so she only had 7 races, not more than that.
Okay.
So I think it's a promising hen. But her grandfather was really, really an extraordinary pigeon. Really, super pigeon.
Yeah. I just have a question from Henrik again. He's asking about that Zora. Is she going back to the 020 line?
Yeah, but that's a long time. It goes back, but it's a long time ago, eh?
It's a long time ago.
He was from 1984, eh?
Yeah.
And he died in 2006 when he was 22 years old.
Yeah.
But then he was already, I think, 10 years not fertile anymore. Eh?
Yeah.
But all the pigeons go back to those lines far, far away.
Yeah.
They all go back.
Yeah.
With new crossings in it, of course. Eh?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Very nice. I just go here. We go on to, that was my mistake. We go to lot number 4. And this is a daughter for a really, really beautiful hen, from daughter to beautiful, you call it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a beautiful, it's a little bit smaller hen, but really, really, it's like a little rock in the hand. It's beautiful. And her grandmother is actually, at the moment, my best breeding pigeon. It's Beyoncé from 2014. She was 5th national ace pigeon of Belgium, middle distance. Her mother was a half-sister of Speedy Gonzalez, which was 2nd national ace pigeon of Belgium. And her mother is from my friend's Bruner from Germany, and she bred already 3 really, really good pigeons, hens, for me. And even went to early on Valence, which was 2nd and 3rd in the club, which is nearly 800 kilometers. And I think she was 48 and 58 national from 7,000 pigeons. This is a really, really nice. But you see the wing again, more or less the same ventilation, eh?
Yeah.
But like that, people like to see that too. I like it too, a little wider in the front, and the tail goes to a 1 feather tail. But other than that, I had pigeons with 2 feather tails that flew very well, so you cannot select them out too. But it's very well closed.
Oh.
And this one has the most beautiful eye from all 10 pigeons, I think, to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever it's worth for.
Something special. Yeah, you don't look eyes.
Yeah, I like good eyes. I like the breed for good eyes. But if you only select on good eyes, you will have beautiful eyes, but maybe no good racers anymore. So you have to see it in a whole part of it. Eh? Yeah. The health. I think one of the most underestimated things is the health of the pigeons. Eh? You can breed trees and pedigrees and everything. If they don't stay healthy on a natural way in your own loft, you're dead before season even starts. Eh?
Yeah.
So they have to get through the winter on their own natural health. Eh? And then when you go in racing, then you have to treat, because they go together with all different pigeons. They get all germs and everything. So then I treat against trichomonas and so. But in the winter time, 6 months, they get average rest plus from Runfried and some other stuff in the water, but that's it. No medication, absolutely not.
Yeah. looks very nice, that one. Yeah, we go here. We go to the next one. I just need to change this. We go to lot number 5.
Yeah, this is a beautiful hen too. And her mother is a lay-bred sister of the 3rd national age pigeon I had in 2017 on the great middle distance. I think she won 7th national Chateauroux also. Her mother was never raised. Her father was a lay-bred also for my 2 best young cocks in 2019. Unfortunately, in 2018. Unfortunately, 2019, I both lost them as a yearling on a bad race. So, but it's from 2 lay-breds, but it's a beautiful pigeon too. It's a hen, full body, good closed, a nice wing, like the whole wing. The same ventilation again.
Yeah.
What I also like, it doesn't mean anything, is the group of 4 feathers at the end. You see the first is closed and then it opens up from the 7th flight.
Yeah.
And I think it looks nice, but you still have to win to be good. So, but it's a real smart-looking pigeon.
Yeah, looks very nice. I also like the small splash behind the eye.
Yeah. Also, you have them. Good pigeons have it, and bad pigeons have it. So, I don't think it's worth anything, but it looks nice.
No. Okie dokie. So we go to lot number 6. I just want to change this.
No, this is different. This has not my whole family in it. But the father I bought in 2012 as a young bird from Marnik de Neve, and he had bred me several good pigeons. The only problem I have with them, they cannot take 10 hours of racing, then they go dead. I mean, you don't lose them, but they come too late. So they're very good sprint, middle distance, up to 500 kilometers, no problem. Once you go to 700, they're not good enough, unfortunately. But it's a beautiful checkered hen, beautiful pearl eye. The wing would be like I like it too.
Yeah.
But it's not my old family in it.
But the father is a good racer, right?
No, the father he was a good young bird racer, and I bought him at Marnik de Neve, but he was a very good breed. He's from 2012. He was grandfather of the first NPO Argenton 600 kilometers in Holland for a fancier. And he bred me good racers and good breeders. And once you go a generation further, you don't have problems anymore with the 10 hours on the wing. But the direct children of them, they could not do it. They were good up to 500 kilometers, and that was the best they were. But they were fast, so that's also, you need them also. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. She found something in the roof. Yeah. And now we, you talked about Beyonce before. Now I can do this while you're watching. And now we go on to the red color, I see.
Yeah.
And we talked about Beyonce before, and here is a double grandchild of Beyonce.
Yeah, it's a 2 times grandson from Beyonce. Both, I think, the father is a son of Beyonce. Both are Beyonce, and the red color comes from the father. The father is a mealy cock, which I bred from Beyonce with a mealy cock from Norbert Ali, a son of the 3rd national ace pigeon middle distance. And you know I don't have many red pigeons in my loft. I only have a few because I never liked the color. But these pigeons are good. They can do it. So I have red pigeons now in my loft. Who knows, maybe a lot more in the future because it keeps breeding. I have 2 sisters from him. It's the first time the pair is together, but I have 2 sisters from him in my team for next year. So we'll see. They were okay as a young bird, but they didn't have many chances. They were 3rd and 4th round. But like I said, Beyonce is absolutely my top #1 hen. But she's already 7 years old. And her children breed very, very good. Yeah. It's the same medium-sized cock. He's well closed. Very soft feathers. The tail is okay, like I like it. If I wouldn't like it, it would be dead. It wouldn't be here in the auction, to tell you.
Yeah.
But that's how I think about it.
It has to be like that. It looks beautiful.
Ooh.
And we have lot number 8.
That Diamond Jackie, Ken? The daughter of Diamond Jackie?
Yes, it is.
It is, huh? The father this is a new crossing, eh? Father is Willem de Bruin from Leo van Rijn. It's a brother of, I think, 7-8 first prize. And the mother is Diamond Jackie. She's a late bred from the father of the 5th national age pigeon, Beyonce, with the 8th national age pigeon, Diamond. And the first age pigeon in the Schilder Club of Voyan this year was from Rob Belmans. And he comes from the same mother. So, but I didn't race from this pair because I only paired them together, I think, June or July. Very late. The father was a very late bred from 2019. So, but it's a beautiful hen, same size. The wing is extraordinary. Diamond Jackie has a very long wing.
Yeah. Looks nice, that one.
Adore. Yeah, there you go. It's a beautiful hen, eh? Really beautiful hen. I thought I had her not in the auction, and I put her in at the end because I selected one out which I found not good enough. And maybe you remember I put this one in specially. I wanted to keep her for my breeding loft, but I will breed new ones from the couple.
And here we go to lot number 9.
Yeah.
That is...
Yeah. His mother, this is a cock. His mother is also a sister of the 3rd national age pigeon, middle distance. And his father is a son of my best pigeon, absolutely at the moment, Esprit. She won 9 first so far. I put her in a stock loft now, took her out. She's a granddaughter of Beyonce. And it's an extraordinary pigeon. She flies first prizes from Voyan. She flies first prizes from Châteauroux. She was 20 national there from 5,000 pigeons. She can do everything. Unbelievable. I even didn't send her. I just kept on racing when it was 35, 40 degrees. I didn't look at anything. But I kept her and her sister home because her sister won the first from 13,000 pigeons. And a first of 1,800 pigeons in the Antwerp Union in 2 weeks, 2 different races. So I didn't send them when it was so hot because they were too good. I absolutely didn't want to lose those. No. You never know with 40 degrees on the middle distance, you can lose some pigeons.
Exactly.
But this is a really, really nice cock. Same feathers again.
Yeah.
It's a little bigger pigeon with an enormous back. You can nearly put a glass on it. Yeah, you can put your pine on it. It's a beautiful pigeon. But like I said, they're all 4th, 5th round. I think this one, they just finished molting. Yeah, or maybe one here and there. One has a flight to go. Never out of the loft, never raced, never selected. Other than that, I don't do that. So, just for my best pigeons.
Yeah. Beautiful. Then we have...
Number 10, the son of Zacton.
Yeah, that's the son of Zacton, yeah.
Yeah. I had 6 brothers and sisters from him this year for racing young bird. The pair was for the first time together. And at the end of the season, I still have them all 6, which is very, very rare. 4 of them did very, very well. One was my second pigeon on Argenton, was my second pigeon on Châteauroux. His mother, his father is the nestmate of the mother of number 1. So the mother of number 1 is 330. This father is 329, or just the other way around. And the father of number 1 is the nestmate of his mother. So it's just the same pair as number 1, only the other way around. The cock and hen are brother and sister, and the cock and hen, mother and father, are also brother and sister. But I have, like I said, I had 3 rounds for myself, 6 young birds. I still have them all 6. But the father gave me good ones. He's 9 years old. He gave me several good pigeons with other hens. Huh? So.
And the father's name is Sachten. Is that like soft?
The father is the Zachte.
Yeah.
Which was a good racer for me. He won a first prize for me. He was father of the third age pigeon Antwerp Union, all birds, third age pigeon Antwerp Union, yearlings. Been a good breeder over the years, just like his nestmate, the mother of number 1, the mother of honey. And because 305 last year was so good, I put this couple together because it's just the same couple. Only thing is, the mother and the father are brothers and sisters. I don't know if my explanation is clear enough, but
yeah.
And it worked. It worked because if you race them all, if you have 6 and you race them all 6, you still have them. It means something because I killed the bad ones, and so I kept them.
Yeah, but and the name, the Sachten, is that the soft one
on the feathers, because he was so soft. I always give my pigeons the name through the alphabet. And that year it was the Z. So I think his sister is Zora or something. And the Zachte, he was usually paired to Zalita, which was also his racing hen with the Z. The pigeons are named by the alphabet.
Okay.
What Zachte means the soft one.
What letter is it this year?
21?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I have to think. Wait a minute. Esprit 17, E, F 18, G 19, G, H 20. Honey was 20. E. E? Is it possible? I? H, I. I don't think I will use that. I'll skip one, I think.
It has to be Iceman.
Too difficult to find good names. This is a beautiful cock.
Yeah.
That was it.
Super. I think we have seen a very good group of pigeons, and you can find them all on the auction site, and also this is where you can find them, and also like we have heard here today that it's all from your best couples for 2020. So it's It's also, I see that it's also some of the couples are quite new, so they could actually be a new super couple you don't know.
No, but I must say I put a lot of new couples every year because I always try to do better and better. But it's not always working. But the couples I have here, I have success with already. Yeah. I don't know how good they're going to be as a yearling, but that from number 1 are good as a young bird already 2 years in a row. So it shows good. Yeah.
And we have Henrik. He asked, which one from the 10 is your favorite? Now they want some. Now they want some tips.
Number 1 is one of my favorite, absolutely, and number 10 is also one of my favorites. Other than that, I think they're all equal. But number 1 is one of my absolute favorite, to be honest.
Maybe you can take that one again. I have a question here from a Kenneth that wants to see the lot number 1 again. So we do that. So we have Happy New Year, Martin. Hello, Eric. Happy New Year. So Kenneth, here is, I will give the possibility to have full screen. That's very nice, that one.
Yeah. You asked me if we have an auction to put something special in it. That's why I put him in, to be honest. Because he normally should be in my stock loft. But
yeah. Can you show the back and the tail of that one also?
Yeah.
Yeah, good back. Yeah, that's a really good pigeon.
Yeah, he weighs nothing. Eh? He's full body, but he weighs. He's not heavy. Eh? He very, very soft muscles. Eh?
Yeah. Yeah. This is one of the pigeons you have to look for, guys. So lot number 1 at the auction. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, and I can see maybe, I don't know if there's any more questions. Thank you from Kenneth. Good, so you can see. Super, no problem. That's what we can do when we do live.
Yeah.
In a moment, we're not live anymore, and then you have to read the questions, and the answers are the same. So, yeah, but the auction is on Sunday, so we hope that people will go and watch these super pigeons from super fancier of Belgium.
I only hope people have success with them. That's the only thing I hope.
Yeah, yeah. And I only hope that we will be better in 2020 to beat you on the races, because 2020 was not that good.
To be honest, no way. I hope not.
No. Yeah. And what do we have here? This is Lawrence like 9 pigeon. Oh, that's from Lawrence in USA, in Florida.
He like number 9, or he likes 9?
He likes 9 pigeon, maybe like lot number 9, but I think both are. I agree. And what do you say? Yeah, Henrik, also hope to see you this summer in the club. We hope that we can. We hope that we can meet in person, not on this.
Yeah, that's always a problem, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I wish you all the best and good luck in racing, eh?
Yeah, you too, and thank you for your time here this afternoon, and
you're welcome.
Thank you for your Yeah, you too.
Okay.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, but keep touch and say hello to your Danish wife.
To my what?
To your Danish wife.
I don't have a Danish wife.
Almost.
No, her name is Danish, but she's from Germany.
It's almost the same.
Yeah, she thinks she's Danish. That's true. Okay.
Okay. Take
Bye-bye.
care and have a nice day and weekend.
Thank you. Same for you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah, guys, this was a very nice interview with Serge Elsacker. And I really hope that you can see that he is completely honest about these pigeons. This is a very, very nice group, and he has selected from the lines that are successful as on his loft now. So this is a really very good chance to get from the super fanciers in Belgium. And in 2020 we raced in the same club, and I would say we didn't win a race, I think, to him. So he was very, very successful, and here you have the chance to buy very, very good and well worked pigeons and selected hard. And you can see on the video that they were in super condition, and they were selected from the way he want them to be. So here you have the possibility to buy as Elsacker want them to be. Yeah, the auction is ending on Sunday, and I just wish you all the best of luck. I want to wish you a good Friday, a good weekend, and stay safe and be careful out there.